Hello students, this is your EVS class and we were studying the chapter Monarchy and Aristocracy, that is Unit B. Okay, so we all know that we have discussed about the monarchy and aristocracy. Now we will discuss the types of monarchy. So let's see, first one is absolute monarchy. Okay. So absolute monarchy is the monarchical form of government in which the monarch acts as ultimate governing authority. Okay. So what does it means that absolute monarchy, it is a form of monarchical government in which monarch means the leader or king. Okay. King acts as the ultimate governing authority, means in this only a king can take the decisions and he can just make the rules and regulations for the country or the state. Okay. Now students, let's see the advantages of the absolute monarchy. So this these all are the advantages. Let's see one by one. First, things get done quickly. In absolute monarchy, the things get done quickly because only one person has to take the decision and that person has to ask to not either a single person. Only one person will take the decision. Only one person will take the decision so that things get done properly. The next is law process is simpler and easier. Why it is simpler and easier? Because we have to contact only to one person, only the king or the ruler of that state. Just because of this, the law process is simpler and easier. The next is generally stronger is a army, means the army of that ruler, army or the members of that ruler are generally very strong because the king rule is that rule in which all the person has to agree to the one person. So that is why the army is stronger. Last one is more efficient and can still maintain national pride. More efficient because only one person and the ruler of that country take the decisions in the welfare of the country, for the welfare of the country, and the national pride is maintained by that king or the ruler. Okay. Now let's see the disadvantages. Disadvantages are fewer civil liberties, means people get fewer liberties to take the decisions on their own, or they get the liberties to select their government. Now the next one is a bad leader can cripple a nation. Cripple means destroy. Okay. So a bad leader can destroy a nation. Suppose the king rule is there. Okay. Bad leader means bad king. Okay. So if a king is not taking the decisions in favor of the country or in favor of the people, or he is a bad person, so what he'll do is he'll just cripple or destroy a nation. Last one is people only get what the monarch wants. People of that country gets only what the decisions of the monarch is being taken. Monarchs are taking the decision and these decisions are to be followed by all the people, whether they are in the favor of the person or whether they are against the persons. Okay. Now next form of monarchy is constitutional monarchy. Constitutional monarchy, it is a form of government in which the monarchs means kings, acts as a head, but his power is limited by the constitution, the elected parliament. Means he will act as a king only, but the power, whatever the power he is having, is limited by the constitution of that state. So in that constitution, limited things are mentioned, that the decision has to be taken by the points to be considered while taking the decision, and it should be for the benefit of the country and the people of the country, not only in the benefit, not only in the will of the monarch or the people of that. Okay. So that's all for today, students. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.